The first time I uttered the prayer was in a glass-stained cathedral. I was kneeling long after the congregation was on its feet. I dipped my both hands into holy water. I traced the Trinity across my chest, and my tiny body was drooping like a question mark all over the wooden pew. I asked Jesus to fix me, and when he didn't answer, I befriended with the silence in the hopes that my sin would burn and sour my mouth would dissolve like sugar on tang. But shame lingered as an aftertaste. In an attempt to reintroduce myself to sanctity, my mother told me of the miracle that I would grow up to be anything like I like. So I decided to be a boy. It was cute. I had a snapback, toothless grin. I used skinned knees as a street cred, playing hide and seek with what was left of my goal. I was the winner of a game that the other kids couldn't play. I was the mystery of anatomy, a question asked but not answered. I was tight roping between an awkward boy and an apologetic girl. And when I turned 12, my boy face was not deemed cute anymore. It met with nostalgic aunts who missed seeing my knees in the shadow of the skirt. It reminded me that my kind of attitude never bring a husband home, that I exist for heterosexual marriage and childbearing. I swallowed their insults along with their slurs. Naturally, I did not come out of the closet. Kids at the school opened it without my permission. They called me by a name I didn't recognize. Lesbian said lesbian. I was more boy than girl, more Ken than Barbie, and it had nothing to do with hating my body. I love it enough to just let it go. When I treat it like a house. When your house is falling apart, you do not evacuate. You make it comfortable enough to house all your insides. To make it pretty enough to invite guests over. Make the floorboards strong enough to stand on. My mother fears that I name myself after fading things that she counts on the echoes that was left behind by Maya Hall, Rela Arkin, blocking tongue. She fears that I will die without a whisper, that I will turn into a water shame conversation at the bus stop. She claims that I have turned Muslim, that I'm a walking casket. News headlines turn my body into spectacle. Bruce Jenner in everyone's lips, while brutality of living in this body becomes an asterisk at the bottom of equality pages. No one thinks of us as human because we are more ghost than flesh. Everyone fears that my gender expression is a trap. It exists to be perverse, or it ensnares them without a consent. My body is a feast for their eyes and hands, and once they fed off my queer, they regurgitate all the parts they did not like, and they put me back into the closet, hang me with all the other skeletons. I will be the best attraction. Can you see how easy it is to talk people into coffin, to misspell their names on gravestones, and people still wonder why our boy is rotting. They go away in high school hallways. They are afraid of becoming another hashtag in a second, afraid of classroom discussions becoming like Judgment Day. And now, oncoming traffic is embracing more transgender children than parents. I wonder how long it will be before trans suicide notes start to feel redundant, before we realize that our bodies become lessons about sin, long before we learn how to love them. Like God did not save all the breath and mercy, like my blood is not the wine that washed Jesus' feet. My prayers are stuck in my throat. Maybe I'm finally fixed. Maybe I just don't care. Maybe God finally listened to my prayers.